Welcome to Tech Savvy. My name is Leigh Newman and I'm the Executive Director of Campus Operations for the LaGrange campus at West Georgia Technical College. And again, I'll start this episode off with all the great things that we're doing, and we're really making a difference in our students' lives. So if you ever have any questions, if you want to come out and find out what all we've got going on, you can certainly give us a call, come visit. We're there to help. We're there to talk about it because we are really proud of what we're doing. We've got a great guest star today. She's new. She plays a major role on campus, but we're going to talk about that in just a minute. I want to go over some things, some reminders about some dates and some deadlines, because these are very important deadlines, the financial aid deadline and the registration deadline and things like that. So I want to make sure everybody's aware of it. But I do want to touch on Think Academy. They are the construction. I see a light at the end of the tunnel, and we're about to move into our new student center, which is conveniently located to the student parking lot. So that should be open on Monday when all our students come back. And then the Think Academy will continue with their construction for the dual enrollment classes and the high school classes that will be coming over to our facility for training. So don't forget, we've got Family and Friends Day on May the 30th. It'll be a lot of fun, and it's open to the public. We'll have food and lots of activities, and Mama Jama's going to be there to read to the children. So please put that on your calendar, come out and see what all we have going on, and we'd love for you to bring your kids and everybody that might be interested in West Georgia Tech. Tour Tech on Tuesdays is going to be on April the 21st this month, and it's at 10 o'clock and at 5:30, so give us a call and let us know you're coming so we can make plans, and we'll take you around the school. We'll let you visit potential instructors to give you more idea about what your classes would be like. We'll help you with financial aid and the application process, and it's a real good opportunity to get one-on-one experience with our personnel and our instructors. So put that on your calendar for this month. Returning students registration starts on April the 6th. The 13th is the first day for open registration. This is for summer and for early fall registration. So these are important days if you're interested in getting signed up and getting registered for the classes coming up in the summer and in the fall. The classes end from spring semester on the 29th, and we have exams on the 30th, and then that's open registration and early registration. Open registration ends and early registration for fall ends on the 30th. So make sure you have all those days on your calendar because they're very important. April the 10th is financial aid priority deadline. So if you don't get all your financial aid approved of by that day, we can't guarantee you'll have the money to cover your books or your tuition when classes start. So please check with us, check with our financial aid people to make sure everything's on schedule for that. There's lots more going on, but I think those are the ones that are most important at this point in time. Now let's go to our special guest star. She is our new Director of Instruction. So she's responsible for the instructors and making sure that the students are getting what they need from our instructors. But she brings with her some experience that is going to be very valuable to all of us, especially our students. She has been the Director of Instruction for online learning at West Georgia Tech. So she's got the real skinny on all those programs and can certainly give us a rundown on those. Her name is Anita Carter, and we're so thrilled to have her on our campus. We already are making some big headway on making sure that everything's perfect for our students. So, Ms. Carter, welcome to West Georgia Tech, welcome to Tech Savvy, and welcome to LaGrange.
Thank you so much, Leigh. I'm really excited to be here.
Oh, we're thrilled. We're thrilled. Tell us a little bit about yourself. We've got viewers that want to know, what's your job? Why did you get the job? What is it, your plans? Just tell us something about yourself.
Well, just a little background. I graduated from UGA many moons ago with a BA.
I probably did more moons than you did.
We'll talk about our moons. With a bachelor's in sociology and wanted to help people. And I worked for Delta Airlines, that was my first job out. I had a choice between that and more of a social service position, and it never dawned on me that I could work in travel. So I did take the job at Delta and had a pretty good run there.
What did you do at Delta?
I started in the personnel office there, and then I moved out to the airport itself, which just was lots of fun.
Oh, it's neat, yeah.
Just helping passengers and doing customer service out there, and that was a really great experience. And I learned customer service skills there that have never left me, and I think we can apply those skills to anything that we do in which we're trying to work with people.
And they're known. Delta's known for their customer service.
Yeah, well, they did right by me and teaching me those things early on. And then I worked in technical operations for a short time. And then my daughter, when she was 2, I decided that I made that very difficult decision, but I did quit, resign from Delta to stay at home with her because I was lucky enough to have that opportunity
Certainly.
at the time. Later on, I did go back and got my master's in sociology at the University of West Georgia. Back in 2008, I graduated there, still thinking that I'll do something with that degree. And it's helped me a lot. Not that I'm teaching all the time, but I do on occasion teach sociology, which is still my first passion. Mm-hmm. I taught with the university for a short time, and then I taught with West Georgia Tech for several semesters online, and then I've taught face-to-face for us too. And when I started with West Georgia Tech, though, it was with the online division and doing some technical support there. And so that was new for me, but I'd worked online. There was a little time period where I did some medical transcription, so I know how powerful being able to work online can be.
Right.
Because I was working for a company up in Minnesota, transcribing for people out in Texas, and I was doing all that from home here in Georgia. So the possibilities there were endless, but now I find myself here, and I'm grateful for this opportunity and excited to learn more about LaGrange.
Oh, well, LaGrange is a wonderful city, and I've been here 2.5 years, and it's just been very, very pleasant to work here and to live here. Yeah. So we look forward to having you around and getting to meet all these great people that are here. All right, well, and tell our viewers what you see as the role of director of instruction will be like for students.
Okay. I was director of instruction for online, and I see the same things carrying over for our students here in LaGrange. I see it as my job, responsibility, and my task to make sure that students have everything that they need to get a really good, solid education while they're with us. If we don't have qualified, competent, encouraging instructors in place, then I don't think I'm doing my job. Mm-hmm. If students don't have a place that they can go, that they feel comfortable and safe, if they don't feel that they can come in and speak to me or any of our staff at any time with any concerns, then I don't feel like I'm doing my job.
Right.
So my primary focus is to make sure that students have resources and faculty that are caring and with whom and very experienced, and so I'm having to get educated about some of the skilled trades too.
I bet.
So I'm really excited about that. But that's my primary role. I see is making sure that the students have everything that they need. And that they know that they can come to us if they have any concerns.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. I know you know firsthand, and like you were talking about, you probably had the same issues with your online classes. Students, there are barriers for students that really aren't barriers because there's so many things that we have to offer them. But our students are working, or they're stay-at-home moms, or they're high school graduates, and everybody needs some flexibility available.
Right.
What are your thoughts? I mean, you have to weigh whether, we're doing the best thing for the student by providing the little, the flexibility, or are we preparing them for industry and work? How do you see that balance?
Well, I see there are several things that we can do. Something that I'd like to see us do, because like you said, we've got students who most of our students are coming to us with really busy lives going on, outside of school. For some of our non-traditional students, they are making career changes. These are parents. These are students who are also working full-time. So one of the things that I'm hoping we can work toward is working on the book costs. We have students who have to make a decision about, can I even attend, even if they have financial aid in place, some of the textbook costs that are so high. If we can work on maybe reducing those, this is something I advocate for. I don't get to make that decision, but I do want to advocate for that. And then they won't have to make some of the tough decisions that they have to make.
Right.
We want to look at scheduling. That is something that we can work on as a college.
Right.
When is the most convenient time for our students? If we have to look to offer really early morning or late classes to accommodate students, or Saturdays, if we need to look to offer maybe longer class times on a Saturday so that students maybe can come one day a week, get all their class time taken care of. If they've got kids, maybe they've got options for them on a Saturday that wouldn't have in the week.
I think that's a great approach.
Yeah, and we're trying to work with all of our populations to address those needs. So.
Well, it sounds like to me you're already you dove in and are swimming now, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got ideas, but
I think that's wonderful. We're done with our first block of the program, so we're going to take a quick break and then come back in a few minutes and take up where we left off.
Thanks, Leigh.
Thank you, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Tech Savvy. This episode we have a wonderful guest, Anita Carter, who is our Director of Instruction on the LaGrange campus. And we've been talking about what all she sees that she can do with her experience, bringing her experience to the job, and how important it is to make sure we are flexible for our students. As Director of Instruction for online learning, can you compare that and your role to what you're doing now? I know you haven't been here that long, but I'm sure you see some major differences and some experience.
It's a different framework, Leigh.
You have people.
There are people that we see face to face, yeah. So as Director of Instruction for online, 99% of my time was spent in an office, typically by myself, unless I was working with a team on something, and everything was done via email through Angel, which is our learning management system that we use, phone calls or webinar kinds of things. So all of our instruction, communication with students and our faculty, even, because we had 33 adjunct faculty, all scattered from Michigan to California to Texas, which is actually one of the great things, because we could find and retain talented online instructors wherever they were. So that was one thing that was kind of nice. But it was so critical to be really fast when we respond to students, because online students might feel a little isolated, same with the faculty. So there was that. You had to be really fast, which I want to do anyway, but it was critical. And then for online, we offered a lot of general ed courses. We had fully online BAT, logistics and supply chain. We had fire science. We still have those programs, accounting. We had a lot of programs, but not the tech and trade.
Right.
So I know that's going to be
hard to teach
really
automotive or industrial electrician online.
I'm not sure I would want those folks repairing my car if they've never had that hands-on. So for me, I will say this is going to be a learning experience for me too. It's the equipment, it's the maintenance of all the things that the faculty and the students need. So that'll be quite different. And then I'm a fan of what we do. I really am a fan of those kinds of programs, so I'm really excited to get to know about those programs. So that's going to be another, I see it as an opportunity more than a responsibility to get to go and find out what they do. And to be honest, before I started working for the technical college, I didn't know what it was about. I had experience with Board of Regents schools, but not the technical colleges. I couldn't be more impressed or excited to be here.
I still say we're the best kept secret in the state.
Absolutely.
Industry recognizes our value because they call us, they want our graduates, they want to start apprenticeships, they want to do whatever they can because the skills that we're training our students in are vital to their success.
And we've got employers ready for that. And with online, I wanted to be a good advocate for the school, but I really am excited about this opportunity to be here and be an advocate for those programs. And I want us to be a plan A for our communities.
I mean, we should be.
For our students.
We should be. And we've got, you know, lots of issues that we have to overcome. We've got to make sure that we've got to get buy-in from the community. We've got to get buy-in from the industries. And of course, with unemployment going down, the students have jobs, so our enrollment has gone down because of that.
That's right.
But I feel like our best focus at this point is to get the employees that are already working in an industry to come back to us because we have that flexible schedule. And they can upgrade their skills, get promotions, be more valuable to their employers. So that to me is a really good process to focus on to get our enrollment back up again. So, and we have HOPE, we have Pell, we have all kinds of financial aid provided to help people with that issue. We have the WIA funds, that is Department of Labor, that help with transportation and child care. So I haven't heard a barrier yet that we can't overcome and help our students with.
It's exciting.
It is. All right, well, so tell us, of course, we just pretty much touched on our role with workforce development. Is there anything you'd like to add with what we talked about, how we play a major role in the workforce development of our area?
Well, I think listening to the employers and finding out what emerging needs are going to be and trying to meet those. I know that there's a lot of work that goes into preparing programs and getting faculty, but probably that's one of the best things that we can do is listen to what's coming our way, keep an ear toward emerging careers, and then figure out a way to meet those needs.
Our advisory boards that work with our industry, that are our industry partners, and they meet often, and they call often saying, okay, we need somebody that does this, this, and this, and our instructors are ready and willing and don't want to let them go until they're ready. And so, like Mr. Biaggi, he says, I would love to meet all the demands, but they're not ready for it yet. And it's our reputation that's out there that we need to make sure we send them when they're ready. So, what do you think about dual enrollment?
Oh, its potential is enormous. I want to get smart about dual enrollment. That was not something that we offered online, and so I want to make sure that we're scheduling correctly for those students, that we have a good, safe environment for them, that we can be a really good option for them, and that our counselors and the school system feels really good about what we're going to offer to them and become a partner with them. But I think that that's another good opportunity for our school. And what parent would not want to encourage it? If it were me, and I was not smart about this when my own daughter was in high school, but the opportunity to get those college level credits and experience when you're still in high school at no charge is a win-win. There's another opportunity we have to reach out to parents. And
they don't understand it. And I mean, there's the question about the difference between AP classes and what we're offering. And my opinion, if I had a child at that stage of life, I would say I'd want them in my classes, in the technical college classes, because the AP, you don't have to take a final AP test. Right. It determines whether you get credit or not.
Yeah, and my daughter did that, and it was. I mean, she did well, and it helped her, but the stress was it was a very intense kind of thing. And I just see with what we're doing with dual enrollment as being a little bit less stress, more cost effective, and it's just however far they want to take it.
I just think it would be such a wonderful opportunity. It is a wonderful opportunity for our students to be sitting next to college students.
Yeah.
Seeing what college life and classes, how major they are they're different than what they're used to in the high school. So
And
the
then-
experience is wonderful.
Yeah, then it becomes less intimidating for them. It seems like high school students are a little more hesitant to go up and ask questions, and so if we go ahead and prepare them to be comfortable in that setting, then hopefully they do go on.
We've had such good success. I have heard our instructors say over and over again that they do not recognize the fact that these are high school students sitting among the college students. So that is, to me, an unbelievable opportunity for them.
Yeah, and typically students, if you set a bar and have those expectations, they're going to do fine.
Just tell them what you expect out of them. So, we already have, I think I counted, 23 program-ready students for the CNA class.
Oh, that's
starting in
great.
the fall. So, I mean, they've passed the test. I don't know that they've got all their paperwork in, but the other classes that we're offering are welding, and we'll be working real closely with Caterpillar
Oh, that's a great
to have
partnership,
hands-on
right?
training. Then we'll have industrial electrician, which all industries are begging for.
Yeah.
So if our students graduate, in a year, taking this on their senior year, they'll have a job waiting for them.
And ultimately, that's what it's
wonderful.
about.
And the good news is that the industrial electrician, that is the good foundation to set up to go into the PLCs, which programmable logic controllers, that the world runs on. So it's such a good opportunity for students.
Well, I took a tour. Mr. Biaggi took me on a tour of the labs
and showed you a PLC.
and showed me the equipment and the PLC, and it's really impressive.
It
and
runs the world.
Yeah.
It does run the world. That's what my next career is going to be. Is
Yeah,
program.
I thought about welding.
Welding, yeah,
because they're getting really good career stable jobs right out of college.
And they can pretty much name their price too. The other one, we're doing shampoo tech. Of course, I said CNA, and we're doing criminal justice, and I think we have a lot of people interested in criminal justice too.
That's good. We need that.
So it'll be a great. We're offering some really good stuff for our dual enrollments.
And we've got great faculty who are ready for that.
They are, and they see the benefit from it. So, all right. Well, we're about to run out of time. Is there anything you want to tell the LaGrange community about what your plans are or what your ideas are?
Leigh, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be here and the trust that the college has given me to take this position. I want to be a good partner with the faculty, the staff, the students, with you, and with the community too. So I always want to see people feel comfortable coming onto campus and getting to know what we're doing.
It is an
taking
awesome
a tour.
place.
The tour is a wonderful idea.
Every once a month on that Tuesday, everybody can just come in and deal with have questions or anything like that. So I am so proud to be a part of it. I'm so excited to be able to work with you because I feel like we've got a lot of things in common, and that we will be taking care of our students.
We will. Yeah.
We will.
Thanks.
Thank
you, Leigh.
You're welcome, and please plan on coming back so we'll have a chapter 2.
Okay, sounds good.
So like in a couple of months, we'll have you back and say, let me tell you what.
Here's what we've done.
I know. That concludes our episode of Tech Savvy. Thank you very much for joining us. And of course, remember our West Georgia Tech website is www.westgatech.edu. You can go there. You can find out about potential students, classes that we're offering, schedules that we'll have, and any kind of activities that we have going on. And you can always call us, and we'll be glad to talk to you, or come by and visit us on One College Circle in LaGrange. Thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.